was weird. Well, it went away again. Time to kidnap people to come with me. I kind of stopped with adding more cheese. For the simple reason that it's a lot of extra calories. And in the pizza I had now, there's quite a lot of them already. So I used to do that earlier as well. It is, but I found that if I want to eat pizza, I would like once a week then. No adding stuff to it. So what am I actually missing? Gloves, apparently. Love that. And that is the general issue with unhealthy food. It's very good. I had ham and cheese pizza. Very simple, but it is tasty. It's Dr. Oetker. So the store-bought kind that you have in the freezer. The boring store-bought kind. Because I'm lazy. Quite bluntly, I'm just too lazy to make it from the bottom up. At least very often. And I can eat a whole pizza. But yeah, I used to, like, any pizza was topped with like a ton of cheese. Because I could. Because cheese on pizza is numb. The fact that it probably added like 1,000 calories to my diet, nobody cares. Probably not that much, but sometimes I think it did. I mean, if I remember right, the pizza I have now, just as it is, if you eat the entire pizza, it's about 760 calories, which is a good chunk of the food budget, which I have broken badly for a long while now, and I'm trying to be good again. It's the only way I found for me to lose weight was count the calories. Use an app, count the calories, and see what happens. Oh, did I show you this one? Look. I have a doggy. Tiny doggy pet. There we have it. Come on, don't be like this. It's the cutest little pet. He reminds me a little bit of Rascal when Rascal was a tiny puppy. Just a little. Of course, he's not as big as Rascal was, but there's something about the color. Yeah, trust me. One thing I learned from starting to actually count the calories of things is the calories come from the places you don't actually expect them to come from. We have like 3 or 4 pizzas we eat. The biggest one is 800 and something, or 900 and something. I know, it's my puppy. It's a little doggy. Ooh. Hello. Hi, Pussy. Yes, it's our little doggy. It's a very popular pet. You can only get it from Ventures. But we got it. Just took like 2 months of Ventures before we got one. But it's okay because it's so cute. The golden Luna tender. I think it is. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Oh, the royal Luna tender. Made in gold. Which makes it royal. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Just wonder where my cat went. The poor cat is still kinda iffy from yesterday's vet trip. I think his mouth still hurts a little. And I have to put stuff on his teeth now that makes him go blah. I did it earlier today and I was like, yeah, great. No fun for the kitty at all. The thing that goes on his gums, I think it's gums. I think they're called gums. Stuff that your feet are stuck in. It's a ristorante. Let me check. I know the name. 2 seconds. It's in my app. Speaking of the app. Boom. The chicken one is Pizza Polo, which is Dr. Oetker. I think. See if we can find the other one. The one I have now is also, yeah, that's Dr. Oetker Ristorante, so there's a difference. Mine is called, let me just fix this. What are you called again, my little app? MyFitnessPal. I've used it for couple of years, I think. And it has helped me, but yeah, you get a shock in where a lot of calories are. Like bread. Bread is like your worst enemy. It's insane. It's worked for me and my mom. So. Even though I slacked off, so I ruined it a little, I have lost 20 kilos. Or there around in 2 years. So that's good. Without training, without exercise, just by controlling my food. Still would like to lose. Now it's probably 15 again, but I want to go 10 more. For the simple, just for the simple reason that it's easier for my body if I'm lighter. Yeah, bread is like insane. No, that's what I learned. Thank you. My biggest problem still is any kind of exercise. Damn it, too late. Because my feet aren't very happy with me when I try. Or my legs, the front of my legs. What are they called? Shins? Are they called shins? I think they're called shins. Yeah, that part of the feet is kind of like constantly just making issues. Kind of whenever you think you're getting close to it, it's like, yeah, well, here. Aw, yeah, I don't have a Fitbit. I have a watch that tells me to get off my chair once an hour. And just like move, do something, stop sitting on your butt. I try and do that. And I try and go for a lunch walk, but it's actually been tricky to do just that. I'm thinking it's shins. The part under your knee that's in front of your foot. What's that called in English? That the front part, not the back part. I think that's a calf. But I'm not sure. Anyway, the front of that keeps getting really inflamed and stupid, which makes it hard to exercise it. When one of the few things I can do is walk. Yeah, shin. That's a shin. That gets inflamed and red and pissy. For the lack of a better word, it gets pissy. So it is very hard to train, which is annoying. But yes, we do still try. Ever so slowly to start all over again. Wait, did a tank die? No. I was beginning to wonder. The only thing I try to focus on when I'm not tanking is if the other tank dies. So I know if I'm needed to do anything. Speedy versus not so speedy. There's a lot of dead people in some of these groups. Not used to that anymore. Yeah, well, you've had your reasons, honestly. And it's like I say, diets don't work. Lifestyle changes work. Because a diet you will stop. And when you stop a diet, your body is still set to go back to its maximum weight. That's where it wants to go. Whatever your maximum once was, that is where your body wishes to go. Very basic. But I've kind of come to the conclusion that I don't mind tracking the calories. I mean, I know what most of the things I eat during a day is now. And the few days I am going out to eat or spend time with friends, I don't care what I put in my mouth. Then I'm allowed to put whatever I get served or whatever we're having for dinner is fine. But if you find what works for you, then it just gives you a very nice overview over what you're putting in your mouth, basically. Where do the calories come from? Yep, that is the best thing anyone can do. You have to figure out what works for you. Because what works for me doesn't work for everyone else. And what works for most people don't work for me. You have a plenty more active lifestyle than me, for instance. That helps. All I'm saying is that even without doing anything, you can lose weight. I mean, actively doing anything. Yeah, you need to remember, live a little. Have, like, for instance, I have a very basic rule. At Christmas, that week, the one from the 23rd to the 1st, I don't care what I eat. That is like the yearly week off. It's Christmas, you're supposed to binge eat and eat all kind of silly stuff. That's part of the deal. So that's my rule. And like the 17th of May and special... Oops. I never really see where he is. But yeah, those kind of special things, like your birthday and stuff like that, don't think calories that one day. It's not that week or that one day that's gonna count. It's what you do in total. Oh yeah. Those are actually... What was it somebody said? A bear is like a dinner? Which really surprised me. A pretty big dinner. I was like, what? But you're just drinking it. Why? Well, what I liked about the app is that you can put in your height, your current weight, where you want to be, at the end of it. And you can put in your activity level, like I have mine set to absolutely minimum. Because I know that's exactly where I am. Absolute minimum. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, welcome to this stream. Also today we talk about diets and healthy food eating. The good part though is you can eat a hell of a lot of salad. So like if you barbecue a steak, you can have a ton of salad to it without it like touching your calorie count. Which is nice. Come on, Mr. Emissary. Die. Thank you. Yeah. I think it depends a little bit on the type of beer. But beer is also, I think, supposedly kind of healthy. I mean, not the alcohol part, but other stuff in it. But I guess that's the good part about really only drinking water or Cola Zero or Ramlösa. There's not many extra calories. Hello, Mr. Ralger. I forgot to do this today. Have a little bit of extra background music. it's the blue side, we go the right side. Or the fire side on this occasion. We'll put this on. This boss has some mechanics you have to deal with as a tank, so it's best to put the tank thing on. This doesn't really hurt as a tank though, so this on the other hand. This one you have to do. Yeah, but that's what we do most of the summer. We barbecue some meat and have a nice salad to it. Light and fresh. This is why I stand on this side. Because it has a three tank attack. Where all 3 tanks get hit. By a little tank buster. The big question is, does this tank know that the next one will be on the other side? I am not a huge fan of drinking water. I tend to drink Ramlösa or some other soda-ish thing. Oh my god, yes, this is a tank that knows. I like it. Every melee will love them. This is the only set pattern. Well, he only has set patterns, but... Where he will go on one side, always tea for you. Well, you're British, aren't you? Of course it's tea for you. Don't drink tea that often. But I do on occasion. One thing that's fascinating. Oops. Oh well, I'm gonna be dead. Not dead. But the thing is that the British, at least some of them, the people I know, they call tea. I mean, the drink, they call it like they're gonna make tea, and then they actually mean they're gonna go make dinner. For me, it's like, well, if you're gonna go make dinner, tell us you're gonna go make dinner. Don't call it tea. If you say tea to me, I immediately think of the drink. Nothing else. Tea is only drunk when you already had too much coffee. Well, there you go. Those hands of his are like iffy as all like. Tea time is like, yeah, okay, you go make yourself a little hot beverage, and then it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go make dinner. What? I'm sorry, but you said you were making tea. Tea is a drink. Exactly. That is so strange for me, because tea is only a drink. So I have a couple of British friends who I also play with, and then one of them goes, I'm just gonna make tea. Yeah, do you mean eating or the drink? Just so I know how long I'm supposed to wait. Supper, yeah. Yes, Ramla says sparkling water. That is correct. But it also has a little bit of taste to it. This one's I have either has lemon. That sounds like it's lemon, which is something completely different. They both have theirs on, and I can take mine off. Did I always get confused by getting dinner cooked by the best chef in Åland? Ooh. Yeah, you go make tea. And please tell me if you're actually making the drink or if you're making food. In the form of Thai green curry. Yeah, you are a fan of the Thai green curry. The best chefs are your colleagues? They're making you food? That's cool. For all I know, they are the best chefs in Åland. Rhubarb strawberry one. I don't think I've tried that. I am still very much a fan of the cola though. So. It's my coffee and sparkling water all in one. Basically. Oh, that was the wrong button. I'll let whoever wants to tank grab aggro first, then I'll put that thing on. Just trying to remember if this was the one we had to share, but no, that's the last one. I think the ones we have right now is pomegranate apple, I think, and just simple lemon, which is also quite nice. Yeah, you see, these are the ones, the hefty radius on them. So anyone standing in that red shit is gonna get hit by it. Unlike the next boss where you get a different one. Aww. Well, I actually love cooking, so... I wouldn't exactly say I would be the best chef anywhere, but I do halfly know my way around the kitchen. And I can make decent food when I want to. Just give me a recipe to follow. Oh yeah. I mean, I didn't like... I remember it was Cola Light. It's like the diet cola. I struggled to learn to like it. Because I realized so many of my calories came from that. And it's not easy to learn to like it. But after that, the regular cola is too sweet. Where's her foot? There's her foot, damn it. So it became kind of a... what you adjust to. And I've kind of adjusted to drinking the zero. Fire lady. I would really like my tank gloves though. Because if I get them, then I'm kind of home free to just play my healer again and go roll on whatever. I did not follow that at all. Oops. So what you do when you don't actually follow what's going on, you follow everyone else and hope that they got it right. Yeah, especially after you've kind of gotten used to the taste of the non-real cola. It's really hard. Cannot stand there. Can't stand here. This should be safe. Yay! Haha, I found a safe spot. Nice. Which way is she going? This way. Paladin wings. Yay! Yeah, I think it's if you just get past the phase where it's just not that tasty, you'll get to the phase where it's okay. You can drink it and then you get used to it. And it's important that it's really, really cold. I think that goes for all like diet soda. It has to be very, very cold. Or it's not good at all. Ah, yes. Take Doggy for a nice, cool walk. A cool down walk. Please don't cook the dog though. That would be bad. A cook down. We've been talking too much food. Clearly. Then again, can one really talk too much food? I'm not sure. I've spent like most of the workday having cooking with Babish on. Which, if you haven't watched it, I suggest you do, because that's a lot of good food. It's a YouTube channel, actually. And they make like a lot of food from games and stuff like that, which I find fun. Where are all you guys going? You're safe. Okay, the only problem with watching a channel like that is that you're hungry half of the workday, but it's okay. It's good training not to eat. Just because everything on your screen looks tasty, you don't need to eat. Come on, lady. Die already. Naru. Give me my gloves. No. No gloves. Come on, give me my gloves. I want my gloves. Yes, I do. Now we change music. To also music. I'm probably not supposed to hum that right now. Ah, we have new people. And people actually wait for the new people. Wow. No. Apparently our black mage did not feel like waiting. Well, they died. Why did they die? Because they stood behind the tank buster, which is not a safe place to be unless you're a tank. I've done this enough times. Oh, 5 minutes. And I'm better, as they say. Still have a little bit of stuff hanging on. Rat in the kitchen. Rat in the kitchen? It's gonna change? No, it's not. Oh. That's what I get for trying to read my chat. How are you doing, Venus? A little bit of leftover COVID shit is still stuck, but it's not bad. It's just stuffy nose and a little bit of a ugh. I don't know what to call it. It's like icky feeling in the chest. Oh, balls. Balls! Many balls, run away. Oh, wait. I've not seen Rat in the kitchen. Now I know what I have to look for tomorrow while I work. More to cooking shows to be hungry at. Why not? Might as well. Ooh, that was one too short. Come on. Stop standing in things, dumbass. And that is me talking to me. I had it started last weekend-ish. Yeah, I just had a sore throat, stuffy nose, and now I just have a stuffy nose. And like a little if of a throat thing. So you can't really complain about that in the larger picture of things. Bonk. I actually thought it was just a cold, nothing more, and a neighbor had the test. And she said that my symptoms was just like hers when she had it, so she gave us a test to try, and lo and behold, it came back positive. If not, I would have taken this for like a, you know, stereotypical summer cold. Jesus, press the button, press the button. You had it pretty early on though, didn't you? You didn't have like the latest Omicron shit, which is, you know, supposedly not so bad. So yeah, I basically thought it was just a summer cold, nothing else. Who's it, Sherlock? Yeah, Delta is much different beast. Omicron is like a light. Can be bad in itself, but it's generally very light compared to the original. It's basically the Corona light, which is very simply because no virus wants to extinguish their host. They don't want to kill us. That kind of fails in the design. The design of any virus. Can you please stop running like idiots, people? Is to live in you and make more of themselves. They don't want to kill you. If they do, then they lose their host. If you had a Delta thing on the other hand, that was probably pretty rough. I've not had anything until now. And I blame my friend, because he had a very sore throat on a Friday where we were supposed to meet, and he asked, well, can we meet Tuesday instead? And I said yes, and 3 days after I was there, I had a sore throat, so... Is it gonna change on us? No, it shouldn't. You have to move away from the tank, Dumbum. See you later then, Amlo. Enjoy your walk and give Rascal an extra pet from me as well. All the way from Norway, Cuddles. But it's like I said, well now I've tried on the COVID thing, and it's something everyone is gonna touch on. It's not like it's gonna go away. Yeah, I think most people are like that, and it's no longer classified as super dangerous, so like it isn't really a dangerous thing for most now. Which I think is why most people think that, well, it's gone, even though it is always still there. It's just that it isn't gonna kill everyone. It can still be annoying and everything, but it's not really gonna mass kill him. Come on, gloves, please be gloves. Yes, thank you, game. Woo, my gloves. Yay. And I think most have gone back to that one, where you don't really think about it until you suddenly realize you have it. It's like, oh yeah, that's the thing. And if it wasn't for the fact that my neighbor has tests lying around from when she had it, and she has a husband who's in the risk zone, so she had quite a few, and she said that my symptoms matched her hair have a test. If not, I would have gone, well, it's a summer cold. They happen. Done. Woo! My gloves. No more tanking. Yay! Ooh. So golden. Look at those golden gloves. I don't want the cards anyway. I already have the card. So the first thing we do, we glam the gloves, of course. Because I want this look. And then was it those? No, it's these. We steal the material out of them. That's the whole tank set. Which means that from now on I can just roll on whatever. Basically. For all the other classes I don't really play. But I do like the look of the Reaper set, so I kinda wanna get that. The set I have is an old dungeon set that I just really like the look of, and the weapons are from an old weapon chain. Good old Excalibur. So it's quite shiny, as you can see. So we have our tank set is now done. I bought side stuff. Our sage is fully done. Leveled up to as far. I don't think I can buy. I can't upgrade my weapon yet. At least I couldn't last week, so I doubt I can this week. Yeah, we're not allowed to just yet, us non-raiding plebs. So, and as you can see, if I show you this, we are closing on everything at max level. There is Bard and Machinist to go. Which we are also going to use a little bit of PvP. before we do the raid again. Because that is all the... Then we don't... Only these two left. And when those two are done, then leveling is done for this expansion. Woohoo. Until they raise the blue mage cap. Which I might actually... I was thinking of maybe making a blue mage stream at some point. And just seeing if... how many spells we can get. Because blue mage has spells that they have to get while fighting. So it could be a fun stream. Some of them are from raids and shit where I would actually need some help, but yeah. At least all the top level ones, which are free roaming world boss thingies, should be doable. Something I never really touched on, but I probably should. Because this is blue mage. Blue mage is very... It's not a full battle class in its own. It's kind of borrows from everywhere else. If you remember Blue Mage from Final Fantasy games, if you play them, they kind of eat the spell. They learn other people's spells. Currency not that high yet. Have to buy him proper gear. I bought the wrong gear the first time, which was really stupid. Like, yay. Yeah, this is Blue Mage. They have their own spellbook. That's from Northern Talaman. You have to kind of go there, fight whatever you need to fight, and hope that you get... Yes, Bosscat is in my chat. Isn't that impressive? I made him a bot. So he's now the one that welcomes people, and if you do, for instance, I can do that while we wait. It's also a boss cat that should react. See? And look what we've managed to make. Ooh. Really impressed with myself on that one. I impressed myself. There's a lot of stuff I can do with Firebot. I know it's possible, as far as I know, I think I'm gonna just try and play as a bard today. I think it can even have like channel point like things in it if I set it up right, but I haven't figured out how. Might have to ask CK one day if he knows how to make it really fancy. Since I don't really want to put back affiliate. For the simple reason that I don't want you guys to have commercials. So it's set up to do some very basic stuff, but yeah. It's, from what I've gathered, it's really powerful, but also, a bit more complicated than the ever so basics of basic stuff. Oh god, I haven't played this class in forever again. Bonk. Oh no, they opened all of them at the same time again. mass fight in the middle of this, which is always what's gonna happen afterwards. Yes, run away, little red people. I am so not used to playing this. I'm used to playing laser white mage. It's the only thing I know how to play. I play this a little bit in the crystal thing, which I might also try and stream when they do another crystalline, whatever it's called, crystalline battleground. Then yeah, you might try and stream some of it to see how badly I can fail, because that's fun, right? Watch me run in there and die. I am so afraid that yellow's gonna come and kick our butt. Yeah, there they are. Oh god, this is gonna be nasty. Pull away. You just know that that sandwich is not gonna be nice. Yellow is like really fast at pulling away. I just don't want to be sandwiched. I don't have my stun laser cannon. I'm very used to playing white mage. Something tells me that this is a bot. Either that or somebody on auto run. One of two. I will forever just expect to be smothered in PvP, because that is what usually happens. Oh, hop. Okay. I was trying to back jump. Seems like we're kind of sandwiching yellow now. I'm kind of waiting for these big ones to pop. And while we wait for that, the important part is not to die. Not to be squeezed between the two others. That is the key. At least if you ask me. What are we? Yeah, we're blue. Blue. Ooh, this isn't good, this isn't good, this isn't good. Run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away, run away. Boo. That's for the fun of it, though. Let's go back to Laser Mage. This is what I'm used to playing. It feels better. I also played a bit of Clap Mage. I mean Summoner. Which is quite overpowered. Let them just fight over there and kill the yellows that come down there instead. Those. Oh yeah, there they come. There comes everyone. Just do this. Boop. I love white mage. Still a little bit sad they nerfed us, but I understand why they did it. We were slightly OP. To put it mildly. Get off. Damn it. Well, I think red's gonna win this one. They're doing very, very good. Unless I suddenly forget how to do it. Maelstrom, the red ones. So what we need to do actually is kill the red ones. Ignore the yellow and kill all the red. Which of course is always easier said than done. Oh, they're standing in a nice line. I like it when they're standing in a nice line. That's the most powerful thing for white mage, is the laser beam hits very, very far. So if they line up very nicely, like they often do, it can end with a very nasty mass kill. Or a very nice mass kill, depending on whose point you're looking from. Because it stuns a lot of people. Like if I do this, it stuns everyone that it hits behind there. Which makes it pretty powerful and fun to use. Because that is kind of important too, that it's a fun, for me it's a fun class to play in PvP. Well, we're not winning this one, but that's fine. I'm only here for the XP, honestly. Wins are nice, but guys, we need to take out that bunch over there, not what I just did. Damn you, targeting system. Damn you. That's the worst part about the PvP is actually the targeting system. It is horrible. Even though I've set it to like auto-target whatever is closest to me. And it still doesn't always do that. Red major. It's a dead major. Boop, boop. Boing. Incoming a lot of yellow. That's why I like it. You hit kind of indiscriminately all over the place. Oh well, didn't win. But we got the XP. Let's see how much did we get? Well, nice. So now we're just gonna change characters. There we go. Now for a quick batch of dailies, because I decided I wanted this one to have Reaper. So we're gonna do the old dailies and then the new dailies, then the raid, and maybe PvP. We'll see. I am going to mostly level this guy's alts with as you can see, he doesn't exactly have the same amount of stuff leveled up, but he's mostly gonna do them with the dailies because it's fairly quick and relaxing. The newest dailies, I think when you max them out you get over 1 million, you get 3 million XP a day, which is more than enough for me not to bother with much else because lazy. And he'll get there. You see us, so SMH? What's an SMH? Oh, you see us on easy, yeah. Did you see that one? Look what I fixed. With some help, I fixed that thing. Woo! Yeah, I know. You should check out that person. She sometimes streams very randomly and erratically, and she has a white kitty. And a dragon. Ah, shaker red. I see. I want the T weapons, damn it. Never ever gonna happen. Wee. Miniature mallow and relics. Okay, I have to check which one I had. There we go. Can we go through the roof? I've never tried to go through the roof. Go. No, I want to go through the roof. Come on, let me. Yes. Ha. How long have we had this? Like 4 years, and I've never gone through that roof. Now we know we can go through the roof. Woohoo! Now for miniature mallows. Wee. I felt mean earlier today though, speaking of cute kitty. Because he's gotten like an infection on the gums of his teeth, so he has to put some stuff on it. And he really doesn't like it. Really doesn't like it. And he looked so miserable. So I'm gonna feel bad because he's gonna have to get that every day for a while. It smells a bit like toothpaste, but it's supposed to help, so we're gonna try to help the old man keep his teeth and not get infections in his gums. But he was not happy with me for doing that. We just have to admit it. Yes, poor Pussycat. It's a hard life. We dream of shinies. I wonder how many times I've done these dailies now. It's a lot. Yay, we leveled up. 273. Means I can do a quest later when I feel like it. Probably quite a lot later, knowing me. He got some extra pets, and after a little while, when the worst of the taste is out of his mouth, because that I could smell it, so it cannot have tasted nice. He got some of his favorite snack, which is like a stick filled with gooey, tasty stuff in it. So he got that. He was allowed that instead. Like a, I'm sorry. I am sorry you had to go through that, kitty. We have a level 86 summoner. These are the hippo dailies. At least we had some good news today. My neighbor, she got COVID the first summer of it and has not been able to smell or taste since. She now has a different problem thingy going on. I feel so sorry for her, the poor girl. She's got everything. And, well, she suddenly got her taste back. And for me it's like, oh god, imagine living like 1.5-ish years without any smell or taste. Nothing. I am going to make her, when she's home and she's well, I'm gonna make her the chocolate cake again. Because I made her that for her birthday and she couldn't taste it. She ate it all because it had a hint of sweet. But I'm definitely gonna make her that cake when she comes back and just serve it to her at the door and say, here, now you can actually taste it. 1.5 years without tasting what food tastes like. Ugh, god, I would be nuts. Yeah. My friend got it this Christmas, which meant that since I was with him then as well, I didn't get anything then. At least not that I know of. I had no symptoms. He had it and he lost taste and smell for Christmas. I mean, ugh, Jesus, imagine that one. Yeah, so that would be my fear too. To actually lose all sense of taste and smell. That would be just horrible. But you were fine now? No loss of taste and smell, Anastasia? And we'll just ask because normally you were one to like to watch. Yeah, no, that's good. You're normally one who likes to watch my strange games. If you're on Thursday, I'll try and finish Tell Me Why. We did chapter 2 the other day. So then I'll finally play the conclusion of it. Which is turning out quite differently. than I expected it to do. I think part 2 is on my YouTube channel now. I'm trying to be good with at least those kind of games to stuff them up there. So yeah, my COVID was the sore throat was kind of insane. You could barely swallow the first couple of days. And then it just went away. Though you can still hear it, that I've had something with my throat. And of course for me it's a stuffy nose, and stuffy noses with me is like hee. Crazy busy. Oh. Well, it's on YouTube when you are less crazy busy. Is it a good crazy busy type, or is it a bad crazy busy type? But Thursday should be fine. Okay, well, we'll aim for that then. Zoom. A bit of both. Okay. As long as it isn't just like all bad stuff, I guess it's not too bad. Literally. There we go. That's our dailies. Level up. So you can see you get quite a decent chunk of XP for delivering them. And look. Oh, dude, are the hippo babies here? Yes! Look. Hippo babies. Look at them. Look how cute they are. No, don't go away. Come here. Just want to show you off. Look. Oh. We found them. They're very, very sweet. Itty bitty hippo babies. Yes. Because everyone needs a hippo baby, right? Now you'll also notice that I finished up leveling my sage. So now I'm getting gear for my sage. Wait, I don't have a pet. Why do we not have a pet? Okay, we need a pet. Minion. So which pet do we choose? Prince Luna Tender, the Wind Up Izema. I'm a fan of this one though. This one is also cute. Of course, the one thing I can't give this thing without actually taking on a fillet again is hello, look, bunny. We might keep the bunny. Yeah, I think we'll keep the bunny. The bunny for the bunny, right? Oh, I forgot to do something. Nice calm music. He has a skirt. I kind of like this look. I wish if I should change anything, I think it would be that I don't want the color to be that high. Could have been like a more snug thing, but it works. And he has the wrong boots, but that's okay. Multi-ID. Well, I was supposed to write it already, but hey, I can't type. People would just have to live with it. So I mean, Stray is coming out soon. We're gonna play that. We're gonna play Cat. I mean, we're gonna play The Cat. Looking forward to that game. And I have still been musing on it though. If I grab Elden Ring, although I don't know why I'm thinking that, because it just looks so good. And I guess if stuck, ask for people to come help. I know. I am so looking forward to Stray. It's probably the game I'm looking forward to the most so far in 2022. Because it looks so good. What's Elden Ring? I don't know. It's this weird ass game where you have this non-horse horse and you jump around from high heights and you get killed by bosses. It's like a form of self-torture. That's what I've figured out so far. You bang your head against bosses until you finally get them down. Yeah, I know, you should definitely check it out. Sounds like a game right up your alley. But I have been thinking of trying it, I'll admit that. Because if I play it... If I ask for help in the level up community, I think I should find somebody who can stop me from dying. Get a co-op mod, play it as co-op with someone, that would be fun. I know you play on PlayStation though, I think. Or do you play on PC? The co-op mod? Yeah, that sounded like a lot of fun. Full co-op run. I think that would be the kind of the best way for me to... But you can't have mods on PlayStation, can you? Wait, I need to... No, sorry. I have to think for 2 seconds. There we go. I know, that's bragging, but hey. So PlayStation doesn't have that co-op mod though, does it? I mean, in general, PlayStation don't do mods. Or is it an official game mod? So yeah, it has cross-play on... But it doesn't have cross-play to PC, right? So if I wanted to tag you along, or get you to tag along sometimes, I would have to get it on PlayStation. That's not a problem, because I do have PlayStation, after all. Just, more just a question. Why on earth are you dying? I think playing it in the co-op mode would be so much fun. It would probably end up being a bit like Nick when he played with the Dark Souls, wasn't it? Or he was kind of just ran through it, basically. Of course, that doesn't give you the same experience, but hey, details. Yeah, that's an issue, of course. I also have been thinking of getting it on PlayStation because everyone says that it's best to play with what's it called again? Controllers, and I'm not sure I can make my PlayStation controller work on my PC. Not that I've actually looked very much into it. No, I did put the stuff on the tank. Yes, I did. Yeah, with Demon Souls. But I'll see. Maybe it comes on some kind of summer sale. In case I really, really don't like it after all. There's part of me that wants to try and do my best on my own. No, that doesn't work. This should work. From memory though, the summoning thing, if you don't do it on with the mod, it requires you to have an item. But I guess I could always try and play a little bit on my own and then have everyone just help me. Explain to me everything I do wrong, because that would probably be quite a lot. He dead. We'll see. First of all, there's Stray. And until then, there will probably be... I kind of want to buy and get the quarry. What am I looking for again? Oh yeah, healer stuff. That's what we want. I want to play through quarry at least a couple of times, probably. Do the try and save everyone and find everything, and then do a everybody dies. Because that's fun. Fun. And after quarry there will be Stray. That's my guess. It would be a good... I think playing it on stream would be better than to just bang my head against it alone. I mean, I've seen the entire thing played by others. Jesus, people stand in everything. And our AFK, which is always a lovely thing. Of course, it might be the level up people that have affected me with the want to try and play it, but it's also because I've seen a lot of people play it and it looks like a lot of fun. Oh yeah, you better be here to backseat all the way. One thing we are gonna do though is we're gonna find Rune's guide to getting good stuff quickly, so that we can start out a bit overpowered. Because trust you me, we will need to be overpowered. And then some. I will need all the backseating. Aw, well then he needs to make a new one. We need a new and updated one. Damned be patch fixes. How rude. I mean, how rude of them. Whee! Zip. Hello, big eye, again. Bonk. There has to be some like newer guides then that tell us where to get the good stuff easily. At least get the horse very quickly, or whatever it's called. It's not a horse. It's a demon steed-ish. The bouncy horsey. I don't think I know any other game right now that I really want to do. Can we please just hit the dude in front of us? Come on, he's big. Ooh. Ooh. Yikes. We need to go tell Rune to make another one. Find all the new ones and make us a new speedrunning thing. I'm still like deadly impressed over the level 1 run. I hope he continues that soon, actually. He didn't finish it, did he? That I just didn't get to watch the end of it. The level 1, the full level 1 run. Yes, send lots and lots of angry DMs. You have to fix it. It doesn't work. It's been patched. We need new. I need the guidance. We need the guidance. I'm still stuck on mine. Well, I hope we go back to... I hope he does more of it. I hope he doesn't give up. Because I loved watching that. That was so good. To be honest. This tank on the other hand does not come over here. Now the melee will cry. I just had to see which way it was going. Oh my god, what? How? No. Are you sure you've been cured and not cursed? How is this possible? Have you really been cured of your addiction? But what will the Elden Lord say to that? I mean, apart from how rude. Flip. More vending stuff. Yeah, now it drops the gauntlets of goading. Goating? Yeah, I'm actually starting to sit here and think of if there's any other games. I mean, I've seen the Quarry being played, all of it, and I love it. I want to play it myself. I have Elden Ring on the list of a big maybe, but still a discussion. And the biggest thing on my list right now is Stray. I am just so looking forward to that silly little game. Where we can be a kitty cat. Which is gonna be awesome. You haven't seen anything from the Quarry? Well, we'll definitely shove it on the list. I'm gonna finish up Tell Me Why, and then we can... I'll grab the Quarry then. We'll have to play it at least... Well, we'll do it once where I just try and see what we find. And then we're gonna have to go for a perfect run. Where we save everyone, find all the evidence and do everything right. And after that we will do... I think it had a name. I think it's called Everybody Dies or Gorefest. I will play it. I love those kinds of games. I also kind of want to do all the what are they called again? My brain can't remember. What's it called? You know, The Little Hope and those games. The Dark. The ones that Carl. He plays those in Level Up. The Dark Pictures anthology. I'm kind of thinking of just playing them, all three of them, over during the year. Yeah, the Dark Pictures anthology. In preparation for their last, whenever the next one comes out, to just play through all of them. See how many we end up getting killed along the way. Most likely quite a few. Let's go. This is a pretty quick run at least. It's very much my type of game. I like the story games. And I have to admit that when The Last of Us Part 1 gets a remake, I am tempted. I'm not sure I love the new look yet though. I mean, I already have them remastered for PS4, I could just play that. It's still a whoa, go away, run away. No. Oh, you moron of a tank. I'm sorry, but that's just moron. Yeah, for me it's more like I'm very used to the way they are supposed to look, if you get what I mean. The in-game chat is, we want to report a murder. Well, then they're not wrong. We would definitely like to report murder. Please don't kill me again. Damn it, it just did. But yeah, it looks good, but it looks different. Oh god, foot. Not gonna be fast enough. Nope. Oh, I was. Nope. Not risking it. Yeah, it's a bit that too. I'm not sure if I want to do it for full price again. But I am tempted to play them again, both of them. I really do love the games. So it's basically how I'm used to seeing them, and if I can adjust to seeing them looking very differently. No, I mean in no way worse, but just different. Basically. Oops. Nope. Did I just survive that shit I did? Wow. Okay, we can go out. Let's play it safe. I have burns on me, which is scary as... They do look more than they do in part 2, that is very true, but it's still not quite what I'm used to, so to say. At least from what I saw, it looked kind of different. But I think it takes like 20 seconds or something and you're used to it, if you know what I mean. It doesn't take long. This one is the safe one, of course. But yeah, I am still thinking of it though, because it would be fun to play it with like top-end graphics and probably a little bit better play system. But we'll see. I think it's a little bit too expensive. At least to buy, like you said, as part for full price again. I mean, I even have the collector's edition of the second one. I think I have collector's edition of both. I don't remember, but I know I have the second one. I have the statue. Oh, no more tanks on me, not with that thing on them. No thank you. That's not healing loot. Yeah, that might be a thing. balls. Balls. No, no balls. Don't want to play with balls. Yes, it's the song. Just don't want to play with balls. And there's a pretty big discussion on who rescued. They say that somebody rescued. This is this spell. Rescue, right here. And you can use it to pull somebody in your group to you. So if you saw the tank that was suddenly on us, was that actually our tank? I don't know. I didn't follow, I just was trying to run. So it's currently being discussed who did it. And all I say, it wasn't me. And I can say that with 100% certainty, that it wasn't me. Because I don't really use rescue. I basically only use rescue if I play with a lot of friends and I want to fuck with them. It wasn't you either? No. Pretty sure it wasn't you. Pretty sure you're safe there. I tried to kick our other healer and I was like, nah, not bothering, to be honest. That's just me being lazy. And if you're hearing people die a lot. I'll call my friend later because my friend was calling me. I'll call her after this. She knows I call back. But yeah, that's the current discussion is who did it, why did I do it, and for me it was like I don't even know which tank came along. All I knew is we were all dead. There was suddenly like a huge red tank buffer. I have it's called vibrates on my clock as well, so might be that. I have what's it called again? Airwolf as the call tone. So if I don't get anything this run, I'll just take a break and call her and just check if there was something important or if it was just a talk. Small break, and then we can do it again. Give me something healer worthy, come on. But I admit this is like the first 24 man I don't really mind doing again. Because I actually enjoy it. I think that's gonna change. Yep. Aha. Aha. I do like this music. Ooh. I actually thought that might change, but it didn't. But that's good. I think that was the Reaper limit break. That looks fancy. Are you gonna turn around? Yes, you are. Awesome. Do, 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 do. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Doom. Oh, come on. Boo. Hey. Well, we might be lucky then. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I have the card. I don't need it again. I have the pet. Don't need that either. Hey, we got gloves. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. See if we get any of the songs. I don't think so, but no, we did. Nice. Again. We're being lucky today. Might have that already, but I don't care. Not gonna win another 38 anyway, so might as well hop off. Woo. So we got our second piece of shiny. Of the golden shinies. That actually looks pretty cool. Probably just gonna keep it until we have a set of gold. Much gold. Let's just grab our materia out of it though. Why are you giving me piety? I don't want piety materia. Go away. Don't want it. Oh yeah, I can't meld. I keep forgetting that. This character doesn't have crafters, so he can't self-meld. So I have to use one of these guys. What's the difference, you say? You can't overmeld. There we go. If I could do it myself. Let's see. Since I am a little tired, I still have yeah, you can hear it on my voice as well, I think. And we got all the loot we wanted. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send whoever's here over to Utarian so we can watch him. Melding? You have played Final Fantasy, right? Like in Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, where your materia use it for summoning. Ringing the bells? Little orbs that boost your character. Yeah, this is the same. If you see the Savage Aim materia 8, I think it is. The Savage Aim materia 8, it boosts my gear. Yeah. So that's the same thing we're doing here. We're just boosting our gear. You're playing Final Fantasy 7. The original 7 or the remake 7? That's the question, right? yeah, I will be sending anyone still here over to Utarian so we can watch him be a good daddy. I think that was what I saw him playing, right? Yes, God of War. Daddy. Oh yeah, original. I played original a long time ago, but yes. So, let's go watch you be daddy for a boy, right? And Thursday, 7 Norwegian time, which is at BST +1, we will do the final part of Tell Me Why. So see you then. Bye!